Hey, what's up? It's your boy Freshy from the JMulan Agency, and you're watching Real Deal with Akil.
Show number 7 with the man under JMulan Agency, Freshy.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Catch him on social media, IPhreshy.
That's with a PH.
PH. There you go.
PH.
No F.
No F. It's with a PH.
And it ends with a Y.
Ends with a Y.
Freshman, how you doing, man? First, we want to talk about the latest moves you make. Because first of all, congratulations on everything that's going on right now.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Seeing it on social media, especially Instagram. Just talk about the moves you're making right now as a whole.
I mean, man, as a whole, besides trying to build the home front, trying to build the JMulan Agency, I'm just out in these streets grinding, trying to be different from the statistics. Right now, I'm currently busy. I got just signed a deal with Cream PR. So that's, if you don't know who Cream PR is, that's the home PR firm for Cardi B. That's the home PR firm for Migos. That's the home PR firm for Jocelyn Hernandez. And we're in the deal with some more people. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm grinding.
It sounds like it's a PR firm for the hottest people in the game right now.
Basically.
Migos, the hottest group in the game. They overseas touring.
Right.
Cardi B is probably the hottest rapper in New York right now. Hottest female rapper by far.
By far.
And let's just talk about Cardi B for a little minute, because I did not see this coming at all. I'm into the rap game. I love music. I love rap, but I did not see this hot boil of fire just come out of nowhere with this single she just dropped.
I mean, honestly, before social media, before the love and hip hop, I kind of been paying attention to Cardi B. I'm a social media person.
Yeah.
But before social media, I move on passion. So just following her on social media, she had 1 million followers before love and hip hop. That's what people didn't know. And so just her passion, like I see it when you passionate about something, you love something.
Yeah. Numbers
don't lie, and people are messing with Cardi because Cardi is genuine. Cardi is real. Cardi is New York. Cardi is Bronx, and Cardi is Cardi. So.
And it's crazy because I seen when I was out New Year's Eve 2015. I was at I think it was Fifth Amendment or something. I was out, and then she was like a guest, like a special host or whatever. But I did not know like who she was. Like the girl who I was with, they was like, "Oh my goodness, it's Cardi B from Love and Hip Hop." Who I don't watch reality TV at all, so I was lost. But then like she had like this some type of aura about her, but like I didn't expect the rap to come. It was more like, because you look at Love and Hip Hop reality TV, they don't really blow up like that with music. It's like a bunch of like people that's out there prominent in music, like Young Jock and Lil Scrappy.
Has-beens.
Yeah, in the has-beens, but then you don't see people that just come out of Love and Hip Hop and then succeed.
Yeah, I mean, I applaud her for that because she took the whole K. Michelle route. She knew she was into music. She knew what she had to do with her platform. She knew that in order to make her music pop, she was going to do these 2 seasons. She got out and she took her money. She invested in the studio time. She put in the work. She's constantly putting in the work, and then she's real. So, I mean, and that was enough for me to be like a fan prior to working for her. And now that I'm working with Cream PR, and that's like one of our prime clients, it's kind of like, damn. Never saw it coming.
And this based in Houston or is based in...
Cream is based out of New York. And it's actually the owner, Patience Foster, she's actually from Delaware, which ironically, JMulan stayed in Delaware for 3 years. And it's just kind of crazy how, honestly, God has put things in my life full circle.
Almost definitely. So like, okay, so let's talk about that. How was you able to meet up with JMulan? First of all, are you from Houston?
I'm from Houston, and most people don't get that from me. People want to put me from everywhere else, but I'm from Houston, born and raised, from the north side, Westfield High School, moved to Dallas, moved to Atlanta, came back to Houston. I mean, from an entertainment background. My family from an entertainment background. I came from real estate and property management. And then you just get to a point where you make these companies so much money and you learn their strategies of how I could navigate. I learned how to navigate through corporate. So what I had to do was learn how to take what I've learned in corporate and kind of put it in the real world and what I wanted to do and what I liked. And so I got tired of those exhausting nights. Being in these streets grinding after an 8-hour corporate day, and so I was like, something got to give.
Yeah, and you went to TSU.
I went to TSU.
Well, what class you graduated?
13.
13. So
Travis Smiley School of Communications.
So you was in School of Communications.
Yes,
so you
sir.
knew at that moment what you wanted to do.
At that moment, I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't have a name for it. Because like even now that I'm doing PR was never something I grew up saying I wanted to do. Like growing up, I just always wanted to be the brand behind other people's brand and help people build their brands or help curate events. Like I remember being 12, calling this costume shop because I had this crazy idea to have this super cool birthday party. My grandma was on the other end of the phone, me not knowing she was tapped in on the other end, and I'm asking these people for money for a 12-year-old party. And that was at 12, so I never knew then that I would grow up and I had that same strategic planning to make things happen. So that's
so the ultimate thing, like what you wanted to do back then, was like not this, but something
similar to this. I just wanted to make stuff happen. If I had a dream, if I had a vision, I wanted to come to life. And so, kind of did a lot of jobs to get me up to the point where I knew this is what I wanted to do. Like I've done so much crap, like from sneaking on sets to Beyonce videos to
That'd be the grind, really.
It'd be the grind.
Because you got sometimes you want to go to places like that, but you know you just can't afford it. But you have that love and passion for something. You know what I'm saying? So like, okay, so let's move forward with the JMulan. So how was you able to meet up with JMulan? When was that point?
Actually, JMulan, we met up with JMulan about a year ago almost. It was last October.
Oh, so you just met her?
No, I mean I've been knowing JMulan.
Yeah.
Been knowing JMulan. We was always running into each other backstage at concerts and stuff. We was always crossing paths. And actually, almost 10 years ago when I was at TSU, I started a company with my friends. It was called Last Rebel Entertainment. I don't know if y'all remember Levita, the clothing line, Ryan Grant. I don't know if y'all remember the original trendsetters for Houston. Yep. So I produced Ryan's first ever fashion show under Last Rebel Entertainment. Yep. So that's what people don't know. I've been in the game for like a while. However, I was in corporate America too, so of course I had the street cred already, but I was in corporate America, and my corporate America life mattered. My corporate America life put me in the Benz and put me in $3,500 rent a month, and so I thought that was a life that if you had that, you made it. But I was never happy doing that. It was kind of like one of those type of things. My passion was always put to the side, and so by the grace of God, now I'm living my passion, and that whole lifestyle is coming back because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing in life. But
exactly.
So JMulan dated Ryan, produced Ryan's first fashion show. Her, Sydney, and there was a couple of other, Yassie. Those were some of our first models. Not knowing that we would ever circle around and God would put me back in a position to be doing PR for JMulan. Didn't know any of this. JMulan had this crazy idea to do this launch party. She wanted to restart her brand. It was Few Are Famous at first, but then she came back and she wanted to do the JMulan Agency. Met her at her lunch party. Met her prior to lunch party because I helped put together the lunch party. Put together the lunch party before it was time to go. I was like, well, this is not going to be one of those type of situations where I just let this go. So me and my, at the time, like, that was like my right hand. Me and Boogie was like, okay, well, we're going to do this. We chased Milan down after the launch party. Hey, after tonight, we're your team. We about to make this happen. You about to bring the JMulan Agency back, and we about to take over Houston. And that's what the conversation was. Mind you, it's raining outside.
And what year was this?
This was just last year. This was October of last year. Wow. And so we said, she told us she tried this before. What makes us different? And I told her, I was like, I promise you, you tell me to take your career where you want your career to go. You trust in me. We about to be on every major red carpet. We about to get it. And she said, do what you need to do, and did what I need to do.
Oh my, this sounds like it's like 3-4 years ago. This happened all in
this hasn't even been a year
yet.
365
ain't come yet.
It hasn't been 365 yet.
That's crazy. So everything now is just running full circle now, like full motion. Everything's just going where you planned it to be.
It's where I'm planning to be. And like ultimately, again, I didn't have a plan when I first started, but you kind of just tell God to take you where you need to be or where you're supposed to be in life, and still start and fail it by itself. So I started off as a celebrity stylist. So I was a celebrity stylist, and I was running around dressing these celebrities and putting clothes on these celebrities, being unhappy, and people were like, oh, you get to be around such, you this and this, using this, and ultimately I was getting more gratification making sure that brand got their clothes on the celebrity opposed to actually styling the celebrity.
Who's you styling for?
I've done Tammy Roman before. I've done Solange. I did Solange her last thing, her little last free summer. Was it free summer press she was supposed to do TSU?
Yeah.
I did Solange. I did Jessica Don multiple times. I've done quite a few people.
So you in the game for with styling as well. So guys gonna talk about that too as well, like the fashion and styling. So I know okay, let's talk about the casting call. So I met y'all for the first time that Saturday. the casting call, how does that process even go? Like, so y'all just put it on Instagram or social media, and then hey, people, because everybody look. First of all, a lot of women around our age looks at JMulan like, you know, like a guy, like a princess, because she's running the game. Y'all are, as a totality is running the game.
Yeah.
So when they put up, hey, casting call next Saturday, boom, 100 likes, comments, DMs. How did that whole process go?
I mean, it starts with an idea. It starts with someone hitting up the JMulan Agency and saying, hey, we need models. Or, hey, I have an idea. We run it through the team. If it's something that we want to assign our name to, it's do the Eventbrite, make the flyer, post it, and let the name speak for itself. And I feel like we produce so much quality now. When it's the JMulan Agency, people show up, and they show up in numbers. And that's something that, honestly, it shocked me the first time we did our casting call, and we had over 100, and I want to say 120 people at our first casting call.
One?
The first casting call that we've done, like, with the new JMulan Agency was... I want to say, not the one you went to. It was the beginning of the summer. I can't remember the exact date, but it was
the first one this year?
Yeah, it was the first one. I mean, we had been casting stuff prior to that, but the first agency for Temple, the first agency casting call was pretty much that one of the ones you came to.
Okay. How'd you feel about that one? How'd you feel about the women and men that went there?
I mean, I always feel good. Like, anytime you can put your name on something and you can trust people to come out and they show out like that, they're good. Because for me, I'm not a traditional person, if you haven't noticed. Like, I don't like the traditional way of things. So I feel like if you have that much confidence, you have that much courage to come out there for a cast call, you already get my respect, because you already took the first step to wherever you feel like your life needs to be, or where your life wants to be.
I seen. I was talking to JMulan about this. I told her. You probably seen the interview. I told her. I said, man, some of these girls up here, you know, they ain't supposed to be there. Everybody feel like they models nowadays. It's 2017, fresh. You know, it ain't like back in the day.
Media.
They think they Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, and some of them don't belong in there. And it was some that was cool. Some was cool. Some was alright. But some was like, come on, man, what you doing here? But this ain't your sport. And
that's all fine, and that's cool. And I mean, that is something that we get often with the agency. People tell us that we don't have the
same way too.
We don't have those. We don't have the traditional model stature, or we're not a traditional modeling agency. But that's what sets us apart. We're not just a modeling agency. Yeah. We want to represent talent. We want to help people find brands within themselves. We're a creative branding agency. Yeah. And so we don't turn anybody away. We're the type of agency, we're going to meet you where you are. If you come in and you X amount of pounds and you say, I want to be a runway model, well, we're going to put you through these fitness classes. We're going to get you a health regimen. We're going to meet you where you are so that we can help you make your dreams come true. Who am I to say you shouldn't be a model, or you shouldn't be an actor, or you shouldn't be that? That's between you and God. Your dreams are between you and God. And if you want to do it, you want to do it. And if you are willing to trust in the JMulan Agency to help you do it, we gon' back you 120%.
So how you feel about the state of fashion and modeling out here in Houston? Because you know it's not like LA, New York, where it's big time over there. But you know Houston's not on that level.
I'm being completely honest. Houston, people steal from us all the time. And this is just me being out here in the world and me going places. People steal from us all the time. So I feel like we are a fashionable city. I feel like we set trends, we set trends, and people follow us. And I feel like now the state of where Houston is, we're starting to get that spotlight. I feel like that we're coming up, and just like LA, just like New York, we're going to have our time where we're inseparable. Like, people are going to stop going to the Atlantas and the New Yorks and all of these other places, and they're going to come straight to Houston, and that's what we're seeing now.
I think I talked to Junior about this, the state of music in Houston.
That would be the same I feel about fashion. People are stealing from us. We have a sound. I really feel like we are the originators for a lot of stuff. I really feel like we have a lot of the most talented people. We just don't have that outlet as LA and the Atlantas have. There's not a lot of production companies here. In Houston, there's not a lot of film studios. We don't have the excess radio stations, and I feel like that's one of my jobs. One of my jobs is to bring that to Houston, bring that light to shine on Houston, and so that's my goal. That's my focus. People ask me all the time, why you still in Houston? You could be much bigger somewhere else, and blah blah blah.
I be hating that. I be hating that too. Cause I tell people I'm born and raised in Houston, and then they see what I'm doing right now. I said, do you see yourself leaving Houston? I said, no, because it's wide open. Like, if it's wide open, I don't want to go to like where it's saturated, it's hot traffic in LA or New York.
Again, and that's the thing, and people don't realize that everybody from those states are not from those states. There's not a lot of people from those actual states that from there. And so with Houston, I'm like, okay, if I can bring my city up, I'm not leaving my city until my city comes up. Why do I have to leave my city to make it? Why can't I make it in my city and put on for my city? And that's one of my biggest disappointments. That's one of the biggest disappointing things for me, for people in Houston. Like, people in Houston, we have a lot of sellouts, and we have a lot of, I'm going to sell my soul for this dollar instead of waiting, or I'm going to go against the grain instead of joining in. What makes Atlanta popping is that they all work together. Like, just pay attention to even reality TV. Candy is wearing Cynthia Bailey's eyewear. Cynthia Bailey is wearing Candy's clothes. They're buying from each other. They're supporting each other. No shade to Candy. We know Candy ain't been able to sing since. However, you can't
God knows when. Yeah.
God knows when. But however, you're not going to tell any one of her friends or anyone she's affiliated in Atlanta she can't sing. They're going to support her. They're going to sell out a concert if she went to the concert because they just support.
And it's sad. I think to me it started at the top because you look at a lot of rappers that's from Houston or just celebrities. Period. It's like it's all envy and hate and it's jealousy.
I agree.
And I want to know when did this virus just kick into Houston? Like, like it had to be somewhere around mid 2000s.
Mid 2000s.
Because I know we was on top in music in 06, 05. Everybody just started dropping albums.
Like, look at Rap A Lot. Like, that's a prime example. We are music. It's like no lie. We're responsible for Drake. We're responsible for a lot of the sounds. And what happens is those people are kind of like selling. They're selling out for $1 too, and so it makes everything under that.
Mm-hmm. Everything just trickle down. So like an effect. So and I just feel like the same way. So all right, talk about the agency. So the team around JMulan is you, Boog.
We have Kelsey, who is our administrative assistant. We have Tiffany, who is our executive administrative assistant. We have Udi, which is a hot celebrity stylist. He's our new creative director.
Oh man, who did I meet at the launch party and casting call? I know it was you, Boog.
It was me, Boogie, and Udi. We were all there. You probably met Tiffany or seen Tiffany. She's our executive administrative assistant. She's there. So there's quite a few of us.
Okay,
there's quite a few of us there, and more than the agency, we're a family outside of that. And so that's what makes the agency. That's what makes us so hot because we're a family on the outside of that as well.
This is bad walking in. You got Zara. Hold on. You show the camera, man. You got to show the camera. You got to close that door and show that camera real fast. What you bought from the gallery, man? You know we across the street and everything. What you got from there?
Man, just stuff to work in. J. Cole concert tonight, so you got to get fresh for that.
Tell Monday put the camera on that.
I was actually going to change before I came to this interview. I was going to change before I came to this interview, but that didn't happen like that because got busy, calls go long. And
hey, look, I need to get on your little Zara top, man. I need to get on that little one day, maybe. One day. But do you feel like the people around the agency, do you feel like y'all get enough credit for what y'all deserve? Or do you think like from the general public?
Yes and no. I feel like although I say no in the aspect of although people still are hesitant to trust us and to know to allow us to do what we are supposed to do for the city, knowing that aspect, yes, in the aspect we are commanding respect. Like you can't deny the JMulan Agency.
Oh, not at all.
You can't deny the JMulan Agency. You can't deny the impact that we have, whether you steal our ideas or you are gathering ideas from us behind the scenes and don't want to give us our credit. At the end of the day, anything again that goes on in this city, JMulan Agency has something to do with it.
Exactly. And we all I'm guessing everybody in the team is under 32, under 30 years old.
Yeah.
We all millennials. That is crazy. Under 30 is making moves like that. So how did the whole Diddy hookup come about? How did that happen?
JMulan is best friends with Justin.
Yeah.
And outside of being best friends with Justin, Justin goes to JMulan for a lot of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So JMulan was like, hey, I'm starting this. If you trust me, like you say you trust me, let me go ahead and represent you. And that's where I kind of came in at and just kind of started securing deals for him. And he started believing it. And then one thing from another, from securing Complex Magazine to securing the BET Awards for him, it's a blessing. So it's a friendship. It's a genuine friendship. They are friends before anything, and so much of friends that he trusted her with his brand. And then, of course, it goes to his father. His father starts trusting her, and then his brother started trusting her. And so it's just like a match made in heaven.
Wow, that is crazy. So you making a move to this firm, and when is do you have the exact date when you leaving, or?
And I mean, a lot of times I'm not gonna just up and leave Houston. I'll be doing a lot more traveling than I was doing. I'll be in LA with them next week for the VMAs.
Okay.
Then New York for Fashion Week. And then we have some special stuff coming where I'll be gone for the extended period of time with them. But Houston is always going to be a home base, so even when I'm out on these tours or with this agency for long periods of time, I always just drop in to Houston, because at the end of the day, every Wednesday all my Wednesdays belong to JMulan Agency.
Yeah.
And I don't plan on changing that anytime soon. And so that was kind of one of the other things I felt like me joining this agency can help us level up as well. So hopefully I can combine the two and we be Cream, JMulan Agency of the South. It's all about leverage. It's all about strategy. It's all about using what you got to get where you want.
And give me a day by day of Fresh, man. Give me a week schedule, or like just a general schedule that you just have day by day. It's like you're a busy man.
I don't sleep for one, or I do like. People think I don't sleep, but I sleep. I'm very strategic in how I sleep, because time is money and you can't get that back. Luckily, I stay in the great city of Houston, so we're in like the weirdest time zone opposed to everybody else, especially in the entertainment world. So for me, I stay up until like 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I sleep from the hours of 4 and 5 because ain't nothing going on. That's just dead time. I'm right back up at 6 because that's 7 o'clock in New York and people run early in New York. And I go to sleep around 8 to 10 because that's LA time. So I got to wake up to hit the LA offices, and by 3 o'clock I've done all my work, and then from 3 to whenever it's back to Houston.
God damn, I can't do this. Well,
so it's like a lot of naps in between. It's but it's just being busy. It's knowing that when I make it, I can sleep however long I want to, because my business is running itself, and my business is running itself, and my partnerships are running themselves. So ultimately, I feel like I'm just trying to make it. Like when I have to stay up these long nights and have to grind, I'm gonna grind. So it's day-to-day opportunity. I'm trying to hit up every coast. I'm just trying to get to work.
God damn, my schedule is after I leave here, I go home and I sit down and play Madden and drink until I get sleepy, and then I get back to work Monday doing a podcast, same as Friday. We got 2 days. I ain't gonna say I can't do it, but at this moment, hell no, I can't do that.
I mean, you can't, and ultimately it comes with time. Again, is days I was lazy as hell, but when you want something, I'm a firm believer. When you want something, anything in this world we want, we can get. Yeah. And it's all about what would you do to get it. Like, how hard do you hustle? And that's what separates people with ideas from great people. All of us have had some type of idea, but do you have enough faith, and do you have enough determination to believe in your idea? Yeah. And that's kind of how I move throughout my day. If I always make this same analysis because it's happened. If I wake up one day and say I want to eat dinner with Beyonce, I'm eating dinner with Beyonce.
Damn it, you gonna do it.
I'm going to do it. And that's the mindset you have to have. I'm no different from those people. I feel like those people are the people that are my friends. Like, I want great friends. And so in order to have great friends, I have to put in the work that those great people put in. My time not going to be the same. My timeline for success is not going to be the timeline for their success. It's all about learning what works for you and applying the pressure.
So, talk about the Houston nightlife. How do you feel about the nightlife out in Houston?
I love Houston nightlife. Shout out to Aristocrats. I commend Junior for what he's doing for our city. So much culture. Houston nightlife is lit from the pizza and Jet Lounge. That's lit from Mercy. It's really the Friday Night Monster. That's lit from these pop-up parties, these influencer dinners. I feel like Houston nightlife is lit, and I feel like my only complaint with Houston nightlife is there's so many people going against each other. Man, if we all join together, we can have these One Oaks. We can have Dreas in Vegas. We can have all these clubs.
Yeah, because Clee is like, I've never been to Clee, but I just seen this. Clee is like a Dreas almost, so to speak.
It's almost like a Dreas. It's all they have their times.
They have their moments.
They have their moments.
So the Hall weekend. How do you feel about Hall weekend and Drake retiring strippers? What was your initial thoughts when you seen that coming from Drake?
Honestly, I didn't pay attention to it.
So you heard about it?
I heard about it. We were so busy doing our own thing at the agency. That was.
But so should I break it down to you, or so you kind of know what I'm talking about?
The Miracle Watts, Lyrical Galore,
the Mount Rushmore strippers. How do you feel about just Drake? You're a Drake. Okay, you know what my thing was this. You're a Drake. You are the biggest name next to LeBron James in the world.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be selling it for no Toyota Corolla. You should be getting a Bugatti, an exotic, untouchable woman nobody can even think about touch. Because look in the 90s. Think back in the day. Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson wasn't touching these, you know what I'm saying, strippers. They get them out of here. We ain't worrying about these people. We worrying about exotic until we are stars.
But I mean, not lie. Those girls are exotic. They've changed the way, in a sense, men look at strippers. So I mean, I commend them. Anybody that can turn something that people look down upon into business ventures, I commend them though. And they bad. Like in real life, those are some bad women. Like they are. So I mean, the whole.
I can say strip clubs change, strippers change. I can say that.
Strippers change, and I just feel like I am be trying to the negative condensation of all that. I don't be trying to pay attention to that. They bad. They do what they need to do to make it through this thing called life, and.
That's just the critic version of me.
I
just love seeing black women. You know what I'm saying? Like, not in that limelight. That's just me.
And I get it, because ultimately we have this idea in our head of what we all want black women to look like or stand for. But ultimately, I don't see them no different than the Marilyn Monroes, the Anna Nicole Smiths. They're no different. The only difference is their pigmentation in their skin and the fact that they just really don't care. They're running with it, and they, you gonna call me a stripper? Okay, you gonna pay me how I feel like a stripper should be paid, period.
I feel like these people getting weekends now. James Harden got his weekend this weekend. I think it's J-Town, And then I heard, is K. Michelle really having a weekend in Houston?
K. Michelle doesn't have a weekend in Houston.
Okay.
K. Michelle has a day in Houston.
Okay.
And I commend the city of Houston for giving her a day only because I understand people keep on saying. By the way, I kept on hearing this. Beyonce does have a day in Houston. That's how you know people don't pay attention to stuff unless it's in a negative light. K. Michelle got her day in Houston not because she's from Houston, because we all know she's not from Houston. She's gotten her day in Houston because since her career, she's been one of the artists who continuously comes back to Houston and hasn't sold out or raised her prices all the way up. Not just that, it's just also people didn't even understand. She did 170 meet and greets that night. So it's more reasons to why she got her day in Houston. And who am I to say she shouldn't have a day in Houston? What are you doing for Houston? Why are you complaining? Why you didn't have a day? You too can get a day. All you do is go on the Houston government website and figure out what your contribution to Houston is and get you a day in Houston.
I think Tank should get a day in Houston. The amount of times he be in goddamn Houston all the time.
Yeah, so
Tank should get one. Tank's here like once a month. Tank should be here like once. You probably seen Tank multiple times.
I've seen Tank multiple times. I've seen Tank this past Monday in Houston.
Exactly. He was just here this past Monday. I just said this man should get a day in Houston. He was here this past week. Dude might show up 2 weeks from now.
No.
Shout out to Tank, though.
No, in all honesty, like, I just commend anybody that comes to Houston because we're a city that's looked over for the music scene, and so
Sure.
I understand why they gave her a day in Houston. And instead of complaining, instead of all these Houston artists complaining, man, go out there and figure out how you can get a day in Houston. Go out there and figure out how you can change our game up. Go out there and get your day in Houston and stop complaining. You complaining is not going to take her day. At the end of the day, the mayor's office gave her a day, and they'll be the only people to take that away from her.
Exactly. You know, you got Trey there as well as always. And I'll give you a couple more questions before we get out of here. The vlog y'all doing. Y'all doing a vlog. I seen Rising Agency.
We have some special stuff coming up with that. Can't go into details, but we are. We've been filming. We have some projects coming down the pipe, and it's just to show people the ins and outs and the insides of how we interact with each other. It's just to give a day in the life, because we always get these questions. What is the day in the life of? What is the day in the life of the JMulan Agency? How are y'all managing to secure all these artists and secure all these connections? How are y'all managing to run this city like y'all do? And so we just wanted to share the inside, because it's not always peaches and cream. A lot of times people didn't know my MacBook got stolen. I was still doing press kits. I was still doing everything from my phone, and walked in the office one day and Mulan bought me a MacBook again. So that's real stuff, and like, we are a real family. There's one of our executive staff members has a child, and all her grind is for her child, and we compromise so much. We compromise so much to put our city on, and so that's why we wanted to share. That's what we wanted to do with the Rise of Age. We kind of wanted to share that.
About your whole MacBook.
Whole MacBook. MacBook Pro.
Oh my God, dog. MacBook Pro. My parents came and give me Whataburger. Oh my God, dog. And okay, so the who idea was it to come with the the vlog and everything with that?
Well, it was actually our videographer. His name is Cardi K, who is Cardi K on Instagram. And he was like, just came up with the idea one day. We started having cameras following us. He was like, let's turn this into a series. Y'all are entertaining. I enjoy being around y'all. Let's just go.
Before. You at Casco?
Yeah, he was at the Casco too. And he was just like, let's go ahead and give the people what they want. The people want to know. People are talking about the JMulan Agency. Give them what they want. Give them a day in the life of the JMulan Agency. Let them see how a company goes from nothing to something. And we couldn't agree more. So we just started letting him follow, and soon now everyone is knocking on our doors. So
man, God is good all the time.
God is good.
That is a blessing. So the influencer then y'all had, how does this was your first one y'all did combined with Justin? Who runs that?
Honestly, that was something. That whole thing was 48 hours. It was like literally. The idea happened. Within 48 hours, we done rented a mansion. We done invited these people. We done got CW out there.
CW was there.
CW was there. Fox 26 was there.
Fox was at the dinner?
And 48 hours, it was an idea that Mulan had. And when Mulan has an idea, Freshy comes up with the execution. Frankie helped me, and then we applied pressure with the rest of the team. And the team joined in. Shout out to Spoil Latina for being to connect with Deleon, and we just was like, we gonna do a dinner. We gonna get these custom bad boy plates. We gonna show Justin a good time. We gonna show him how we do stuff in Houston. And just we ran with it.
That's like a secret society dinner. Everybody had the bad boy plates. People were sitting around a media outlet. So y'all plan on doing one next year?
We are doing them. Hopefully, the game plan is to do once a month, and so we have one coming up that's in the works, and this one's gonna be big. That one was big.
That was
Bad Boy was the one, but that was 48 hours. So you give us a month time span to plan something, and we're about to shake the city up.
Oh, so we got to rewind what you just said. So basically, you just said the warm up of having CW, Fox, and media outlets at a dinner was warm up.
Yeah, that's 48 hours.
So this one's gonna hit skyrocket. This is gonna hit through the roof.
That's our motto at the agency is we meet the people where they are. For me, I'm the type of person, I shoot for the moon, so I still fall on the stars. There's nothing too big. If I have an idea, it's gonna happen.
So how do you get inside the influencer? Then how does How you get picked? How did you get picked within 48 hours? Like, yo, we gonna pick this person, that person.
Honestly, staying in your lane and giving back to the community. Just being good at being a good person, being good at your profession. It was no strategic planning. We had people that we felt don't get enough credit. We had people that we felt deserved to sit at that table with Justin Combs. We had people that we felt needed that media coverage. We had people that we felt we wanted to appreciate and thank them for paving the way. Thank them for showing us that you can have a dream and you can run with it. So that's pretty much how it went.
Y'all plan on doing one next month, or you might? You might be gone.
I might be gone, but whether I'm gone or not, we're gonna do one next month and it'll be at the dinner.
This dinner, I feel like this podcast is doing some numbers already. You know, so we'll get that in the works maybe. Maybe we'll talk.
We're gonna talk, and you talking to the person that can get you the invite to the dinner. So good.
You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that.
We're gonna get you that invite to the dinner.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it. But one last question before I let you go though. 5 years. I know you saying you got the firm going. You gonna move them around.
Yeah.
5 years. Where you see yourself?
5 years. Where do I see myself? 5 years. I see myself a multimillionaire. I see myself giving back. I see myself teaching a class. I see myself
teaching
wherever.
Oh, okay, just like
I don't even know yet. I just want to teach a life class of how to just go for what you want in life. I see myself. I see the JMulan Agency running itself. I see IPhreshy running itself. I see myself just in the same place I am as far as my mindset. I just see my dollars changing. I see my atmosphere changing. And I just, bigger faith, a lot more happiness. Man, I just see myself grinding. I still see the same. I see the same me, just on a different level, honestly and truly. I just want to be good. I want to be great. I want to inspire people to be good and be great. And I want to help people be good and great. So I see myself investing in people. That's the ultimate goal. Like, money has never been like a big thing to me. I'm not that person that feel like you have to have $1 million for you to feel some type of way. I promise you, I can have $2 in my pocket, and you're gonna think I'm a millionaire. Like, that's not money doesn't buy happiness. Money doesn't buy any of that. As long as your soul right, you're good. And I see myself making this money so that I can give back to people and invest in people.
That's almost an action. Marketing strategy. People that want to, you know what I'm saying, that see what you're doing on Instagram, because you got quite a few followers, and people that look at you and like, man, I just do all this. I want to do what he's doing. What's the advice you give to people that want to be in the same game as you?
Advice for people that want to be in the same game as me: realize that you're not the talent. I realize I'm not the talent. People don't understand. In order for a car to work, part of the car has to be a screw, part of the car has to be a wheel, the other part has to be a steering wheel, somebody has to be the engine, somebody has to be the computer system, the brain. Knowing your role and being okay with your role. Hell, if you view a janitor, you should want to be janitor of the year. Like, no matter what you're doing in life, you should want to be that in the year. So for people who want to be in marketing, or want to be in branding, or want to work in the entertainment industry, if you're not the talent, you're the help. And it's okay with being the help. Because of you, somebody got to where they needed to be. Just like you got to where you needed to be. So you just have to kind of learn that and be okay with it. You have to be the best you that you can be.
That's real, man. Congratulations on everything that you're doing right now. You're an inspiration, for real. Keep grinding, keep pushing. You're inspiring a lot of people out here.
I appreciate it.
For real. Any last words for the camera?
Any last words for the camera? Thank y'all for having me. I'm tired. Gotta get some sleep in for this concert. But nah, man, I appreciate y'all for having me.
For sure.
Anything y'all need from me, just hit me up. I got y'all.
All right, man. Appreciate it. That was show number 7.
Lucky number 7.
There you go.
Lucky number 7.